Let's take a look at how the remote deposit capture process works. First, you'll need to install a desktop scanner and the easy-to-use remote deposit capture software. Different sizes and speeds of scanners are available, depending upon the volume of checks you process. Installing the software on your PC takes just a few minutes. No CDs are required. The software is downloaded from the bank's website. When you access the remote deposit capture software on your PC, the solution will first ask you for your secure user ID and password. This identifies the user and allows individual user controls and access to the deposit solution. Here's the home screen of the application. This is where you would go to create a new deposit or view previously submitted deposits. Now let's take a look at the process of creating a new deposit. First, you click on New Deposit from the toolbar, and then select the deposit account from the drop-down list. Enter the total dollar amount of your deposit and click Capture Items. There is no need to endorse the checks beforehand, since the application will electronically endorse the checks for you. Load the checks you are depositing into the scanner. If you inadvertently place a check in the scanner upside down or backwards, the application will still read the check and properly reorient the check image for further processing. The remote deposit capture solution captures an electronic image of the front and back of the check, reads the MICR line, and attempts to recognize the amount of the check. An estimated 70% of the check amounts will be successfully determined. The cashier will only have to key the amounts of the checks the solution does not recognize. The remote deposit capture solution tests the check images for their image quality and usability. For example, the solution can determine if a check image is too dark or is missing a signature, and will prompt the cashier to rescan the check or make the appropriate correction. When you are finished scanning all the checks, click Next to go to the correcting step. With this step, you are alerted with any error messages the application may have found with the checks you processed, including invalid checks, image quality issues, missing amounts, or duplicate information. Some of the potential error messages you could receive include duplicate check. If a check has been scanned twice, you will receive a duplicate check error message. You will receive an error message like this, and then have the opportunity to delete the duplicate check. Amount recognition failed. There are times when the remote deposit capture solution is unable to read a check's dollar amount. If you receive this error message, you would just enter the dollar amount and click on Accept. Grayscale image capabilities. The remote deposit capture solution also offers grayscale image capabilities. If you prefer, you can convert to grayscale images and view clearer images of the checks. You can even zoom in on the check to enlarge the check image. Image quality analysis. The application conducts an image quality analysis, ensuring that the check image is of high enough quality for electronic processing. For example, one test ensures that a check is signed with a signature. Here's an example of a check missing a signature. You can choose to accept, rescan, or remove these items as part of your deposit. Foreign check. Foreign checks are not allowed to be processed as a check image by the Check 21 legislation, so you will have to deposit any foreign checks in a traditional paper deposit. Since the remote deposit capture solution provides you with an appropriate error message, you have the opportunity to remove the foreign check from your electronic deposit. Once you have taken all the appropriate actions to resolve your error messages, it's time for you to balance your electronic deposit. Here's an example of the balancing screen. On this screen, you are able to adjust any dollar amounts on the checks that may have been misread by the software or the cashier keyed incorrectly. Once all the correct check amounts are entered, click on Balance to compare the deposit control totals to the total amount of checks scanned. Make any corrections to the deposit control total and click Generate Deposit Ticket. Once you have finished your deposit balancing, and your original deposit control total is in balance with the total for the checks you have imaged through the scanner, a virtual deposit ticket will be created by the system. The virtual deposit slip appears on the screen as a final checkpoint for you. To complete your electronic deposit using the remote deposit capture solution, simply click Submit Now. Once you have finished your deposit and the deposit has been received electronically by the financial institution, you will receive an email notification from your institution confirming that the deposit was received and providing some high-level data about the deposit. You have successfully completed your electronic deposit process using remote deposit capture. The remote deposit capture solution also offers some robust reporting capabilities. Here's an example of the Deposit Detail Report. This report includes a copy of the virtual deposit slip as well as the data from all checks included in the deposit. You have the ability to export these reports into various different formats, including Excel and PDF. The Check Image Report provides you with the virtual deposit ticket as well as the images of the front and back of all checks that were scanned. You have the opportunity to print these check images if required by you or your customers. After checks are scanned and transmitted, you can search for previously deposited checks. Just click Find Items on the toolbar, enter the criteria for the search, and all the checks fitting the criteria are displayed. Clicking on Print Selected Item will create an item detail image report for the selected check. Remote deposit capture has numerous features that benefit any size business with any size check volume. With a single scan of your checks, remote deposit capture captures and aggregates deposits from multiple offices, reducing the costs associated with check handling and combining deposits from multiple locations into single accounts. Remote deposit capture securely segregates responsibilities through its user ID and password identification and controls. The software captures images of the front and backs of checks and automatically reorients the images to ensure proper processing and quality image capture. And because it scans once to read MICR information, the total time needed to scan and transmit deposits is reduced. In addition, image capture provides a high read percentage of dollar amounts written on checks and minimizes the manual keying needed to complete deposits. Remote deposit capture catches duplicate items to prevent incorrect processing and performs image quality tests to ensure quality images have been captured before items are submitted for processing. The solution balances transactions to ensure proper amounts are processed and securely transmits the data to your financial institution. With remote deposit capture, the shortest distance between your business and your bank is no distance at all. Contact us today and find out how you can begin to experience the convenience, savings, and security of remote deposit capture.